Away. Greetings from Tiwa territory here in northern New Mexico. Just realized I've been talking to my laptop for 5 minutes and did not record. So I'm going to try to remember what I said, and maybe none of it's important. But anyways, welcome to the Winter Wellness Wednesday from an offering from Rise and Love Foundation. It's free, it's by donation. If you could donate, you can donate at our website. If you can't donate, that's fine. But we do pretty much exist on donations. And our mission is to create safer spaces, to support people in creating safer spaces. So what does that mean? It means we start with creating safer spaces in ourselves, in our minds, in our bodies. It's something I struggled with my whole life. So I'm not gonna say as much as I did earlier when I was just talking to myself because I still have the free version of Zoom. So the session, it's a shorter session than classes I used to offer would be. So I don't know if you can hear it. We have this track of the wind playing in the background. It's not really that cold and windy here. Feels like with the wind chill tonight, it's supposed to get to negative. I feel like 4 below. But I'm going to be focusing on the breath tonight and the pranic body or chi or mana or ki. It's called all different things, but basically life force energy and how to access that through the breath. And we're going to do a body scan exercise that I found on VA website to increase body awareness. There's knowledge all around us. There's knowledge from inside of us. Our bodies have knowledge. Learning to be still and become more receptive to that knowledge benefits us and everyone around us. So that's what we're gonna do tonight. We're going to do some breathing practices while listening to this winter storm, the breeze, honoring the element of air around us, inside of us. So with that, let's get started. I'm gonna rub the palms together, bringing the body sitting up straight. Inhaling deeply, exhaling. Inhaling again and exhaling. Inhaling again. Exhale. Fourth time. Four is a sacred number. And exhale and bring the palms to the center of your chest. 4 pounds of pressure pressing in. 5 pounds of pressure pressing in and pressing back on the sternum. Really feel that activation on your heart center. And you can either tune in with an Ong, O-N-G chant, just inhaling deeply and chanting that once, or hum, or however you choose to tune in, as long as you're making some sort of noise, because the humming activates glands in your face, which help create relaxation. Inhaling to tune in. Um, Relaxing. And just letting go of everything that happened today. Letting go of any scenarios that are clinging to your mind, letting go of any frustrations, anything from earlier today, and just being here in the present. Checking in with yourself. How do you feel? How are you feeling in your body in this present moment? And we're going to do some breath work. In Sanskrit, it's called pranayama. The source is from like the East, working with the meridians is both like East Indian and also in acupuncture. So Chinese medicine, Japanese medicine. So we're gonna work with the two different meridians, main meridians. Well, there's 81 meridians, but the two channels that run along the spine and up through our nostrils. So first we're going to work with the right nostril, do right nostril breathing for 3 minutes. Just make a note of how you're feeling right now. And covering the left nostril, however you feel comfortable plugging it, and inhaling through the right nostril. And if you're comfortable, closing your eyes and just being with your breath. Listening to your breath and the quality of your breath, the temperature of the air as you inhale, the sensation of the air leaving your body as you exhale. Is it difficult to breathe through this nostril? Your mind starts to wander, bring it back to your breath. No judgment, just thinking, and come back to the present. Less than a minute. Half a minute. If you don't feel comfortable closing your eyes, you can just focus on one point. Pick a point and focus on it. It's okay not to close your eyes. Sometimes that's a trigger for some people. And inhale deeply. And exhale through both nostrils. Take a couple of breaths. I don't know about you guys, but that was really hard for me to breathe through my right nostril. You're going to notice one nostril is easier to breathe through than the other nostril, and then they switch. Can't remember how often it is, if it's every 2 hours or 4 hours, but there's like this rhythm your body has when you're breathing, and the nostrils, the dominant nostril changes. So we're going to switch nostrils. We're going to breathe through our left nostril now. Whichever nostril you breathe through first, do the opposite now. So we're going to plug up our right nostril, or whichever your opposite is now. Oh, that's so much better for me to breathe through. I can actually breathe through my left nostril. This nostril is so hard to breathe through. It kind of like burned even. Okay, so plugging the right nostril, breathing through the left, or the opposite for you, whichever opposite is for you. And 3 minutes begin. And inhale deeply. Exhale through both nostrils. And just make a note if one nostril was easier for you to breathe through or one was harder, what it was like to just breathe through one nostril. I know I'm fighting a sinus infection, I think. It really burned on this side, and I've had some other symptoms, so it's good to open your airways. And probably steam with some cedar water after this. So next we're gonna do one of my favorite breathing practices, just checking the time. The last couple sessions of didn't do the timing right and it just cut out in the middle of me talking. So trying not to do that right now, this one. So anyway, sitalie pranayama. This specific breathing technique was a game changer for me. I struggled a lot with regulating my anger. I had a lot to be angry about, but I didn't handle it well. And there were a couple times where I could have gone to prison because I did not know how to handle my anger. And I know uh, the system exploits our lack of emotional intelligence, our inability to self-regulate. And even in situations where we're defending ourselves, we often are faced with prison time for that. So anyways, this is my favorite technique for learning to really regulate my anger and really help to cool my nervous system. So if you want, you can do this. It's called a mudra, and you're just touching all the fingers together and you're making your top of your hand as flat as possible. And you're holding that right in front of your heart. And our fingertips, when we were developing in our mother's stomach, our fingertips developed out of our brains. So there is a special connection between the nerve endings and our brain. That's why there are mudras. That's why that's a practice. You see like Buddhas and other statues from the East doing mudras. So if you want, you can hold your hands like this. If you're more comfortable, you can just fold your hands in your lap, whatever you're comfortable with. And we're going to inhale through our mouth. Now, if you can make the taco tongue, you can inhale through your tongue. If you can't make the taco tongue, it's okay. Just like you're drinking through a straw. And then you exhale through your nose. So we're going to do that for 3 minutes. It can also break a fever. Aside from cooling the nervous system, it's great for inflammation, like autoimmune disorders, anything that has to do with the heart, because the tongue is the external organ to the heart, and break a fever. So anything that like cooling reverses inflammation, all that stuff. Eyes can be closed. You can have your eyes slightly open, focusing at the tip of your nose. Eyes can be closed and focused up at your eyebrows, or you can be focusing at another point of your choice. Just continue breathing, inhaling through the mouth, exhaling through the nose. Feeling that cool air traveling down your throat into your heart space on the inhale. Feeling the heat leave your body on the exhale. Just over halfway through. That's 30 seconds. Doing great. Being mindful of your posture, shoulders back, spine straight. And inhale deeply and exhale. And just take a moment. See how that breath affected you differently, or if it did at all, if you noticed a difference between the 3 different breathing techniques. So now we're going to do a body scan practice. And if I didn't mention before, this body scan practice I found on the Veterans website, and I'll post a link to it in the comments or in the description. So get comfortable, whether you want to lay down somewhere or if you want to sit, remain sitting. The music playing is First Flute Song by Kevin Locke, late Kevin Locke. I do not own the rights to this music. So, as I said, begin by making yourself comfortable. You can sit in a chair if you choose, or you can lay down. But you want to allow your back to be straight, but not stiff. Your feet can be resting on the ground, or they can be elevated. You could also do this practice standing if you prefer, or, as I said before, you can lie down with your feet supported. Your hands can be gently resting in your lap or at your side. Allow your eyes to close or to remain open in a soft gaze. Take several long, deep breaths. breathing in fully and exhaling slowly. Breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your nose or mouth. Feel your stomach expand on the inhale and relax. Noises around you. Begin to shift your attention from the outside to the inside of yourself. If you are distracted by the sounds in the room, simply notice this and bring your attention and focus back to your breathing. Now slowly bring your attention down to your feet. Begin by observing the sensations in your feet. You might want to wiggle your toes a little, feeling your toes against your socks or inside your shoes. Just notice without judgment. You might imagine sending your breath down to your feet, as if the breath is traveling through the nose to the lungs and through the abdomen all the way down to your feet. And then back up and again out through your nose and lungs. Perhaps you don't feel anything at all. That is fine too. Just allow yourself to feel the sensation of not feeling anything. When you are ready, allow your feet to dissolve into your mind's eye and move your attention up to your ankles, calves, knees, and thighs. Observe the sensations you are experiencing through your legs. Breathe into and breathe out of the legs without judgment. And if your mind begins to wander during this exercise, gently notice this without judgment and bring your mind back to noticing the sensations in your legs. If you notice any discomfort, pain, or stiffness, don't judge this. Just simply notice it in your legs. And if you notice anything else, just observe all the sensations, rise and fall, shift and change moment to moment. Notice how no sensation is permanent. Just observe and allow the sensations to be in the moment, just as they are. Breathe into and out from your legs. Then, on the next breath, allow the legs to dissolve into your mind's eye and move to the sensations in your lower back and pelvis, softening and releasing as you breathe in and out. Slowly move your attention up to your mid-back and upper back. Become curious about the sensations here. You may become aware of sensations in the muscles, temperature, or points of contact with furniture or with the bed. With each out breath, you may let go of tension that you are carrying, and then very gently shift your focus to your stomach and the internal organs here. Perhaps you notice the feeling of your clothing, the process of your digestion, or your belly rising or falling with each breath. If you notice opinions arising about these areas, gently let these go and return to noticing sensations. As you continue to breathe, bring your awareness to your chest and to your heart and that region, and just notice your heartbeat. Observe it as your chest rises during the inhale and how your chest falls during the exhale. Let go of any judgments that may arise. And on the next out breath, shift your focus to your hands and fingertips. See if you can channel your breathing into and out of this area. If you are breathing into and out from your hands, if your mind wanders, gently bring it back to the sensation in your hands. And then, on the next out breath, shift your focus and bring your awareness up to your arms. Observe the sensation or lack of sensations that may be occurring here. You might notice some difference between the left arm and the right arm. No need to judge this. As you exhale, you may experience the arm soften and release tensions. Continue to breathe and shift your focus to your neck, shoulders, and throat region. This area is where we often have tension. Be with the sensations here. It could be tightness, rigidity, holding. You may notice that your shoulders move along with the breath. Let go of any thoughts or stories that you may be telling about this area. And as you breathe, you may feel tension rolling off your shoulders. On the next out breath, shift your focus and direct your attention to your head, your scalp, and your face. Observe all of the sensations starting there. Notice any movement of the air as you breathe into and out from your nostrils or mouth. And as you exhale, you may notice the softening of any tensions that you may be holding. And now let your attention expand out to include your entire body as a whole and bring your awareness to the top of your head down to the bottom of your toes. Feel the gentle rhythm of the breath as it moves through your whole body. And as you come to the end of this practice, take a full, deep breath, taking in all of that energy of this practice. Exhale fully, and when you are ready, open your eyes and return your attention to the present moment. As you become fully alert and awake, consider setting the intention that this practice of building awareness will benefit everyone you come into contact with today. And that's the end of the body scan and our Wednesday winter wellness session. Thanks for joining. Like, follow, subscribe, and share with your relatives. Till next time, be well.